We're having some real talk today, y'all. Some of these are like, y'all are gonna be like, girl, you a hippie. And others you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, cool. So, 12 tips from me. These are all things that I use that just make life a little bit better because life can be hard sometimes. Tip number 1 is a very practical one. So you have your closet and you decide to wear something and maybe you only wear it for 2 hours or something and it ain't really dirty. So you're like, what do I do with this? I can like put it right here or throw it on the ground in that pile and it can be like my semi-dirty but not dirty clothing, or I can put it in the dirty laundry pile and just wash it because it's easy to wash clothes. Avoid the confusion, and also it's like, oh, it's kind of dirty but it's not really dirty, so I don't want to put it with my clean clothes because they're all really clean. If this is something that only I struggle with, I'm gonna feel really stupid, but I have a place in my closet right back here where it's just my semi-dirty clothes. So it's just clothes that, you know, I've worn but they're not really dirty and I can definitely wear again. So just have a place in your closet that is kind of away from all of your really clean clothes and just put your semi-dirty clothes there. Makes my life easier because I do less laundry and it's just a little bit more organized and I'm not like wondering every single time, what do I do with this semi-dirty shirt? Tip number 2 is relaxation pressure points. So you hear about these all the time. I don't know, you're scrolling through Facebook sometimes and you know, you hear to hold right there. I don't know, those ones don't really work for me. But something that I've literally just done, and it wasn't until after I did it a couple times that I realized, oh, this kind of relaxes me, is if I'm like working all day or something, you know, and I have a moment to lay down, or even not lay down, but I always do it when I'm laying down. I'll lay down and I'll form a fist with my hand, and this part right here, I'll just like knock, like kind of hard actually. Like I'll just like drop it on my forehead right here, and it just relaxes me for some reason. I can be like really stressed out, and if I just need to like, I'll just lay back and I'll go. And it feels so good. I don't know why, but that for some reason relaxes me when I'm like stressed out. When I just need to breathe, you know, I just like hit my forehead a couple times and it relaxes me. I don't know, but it really does help. Okay. Number 3 is kind of the same as the last one, but it has to do with deep breathing. And as far when it comes to deep breathing, I truly believe that that is something that kind of takes practice and you have to form into a habit. The best way to explain what I'm about to explain is to think about when you're like stressed out or when you just need to release something. Something we all naturally do is we sigh. And some people like sigh with their voice. Some people like sigh with their breath. I know this is kind of weird, but that is a deep breathing thing we all kind of naturally do. But if we can kind of form a deep breathing that we do when we want to have positive thoughts, it can kind of hack our brain and like tell our brain this is a time of happiness and relaxation. Okay, I told you there are a couple hippie moments in this whole thing. Just from personal experience, my favorite deep breathing exercises, and I'll just do them when I remember, like, oh, I need to practice some deep breathing right now. I need to have some happy thoughts and I just need to practice my deep breathing. And then later, that little habit that I'm doing, deep breathing, forms into something that I just naturally do. It's just a habit in my brain that I naturally do when I'm feeling those feelings of like happiness or just relaxation. So my favorite ones are to breathe in for 6, hold for like 3, and then out for 6. So I'll go and I'll hold my breath. I like to hold my breath. I can feel, like I feel the energy in me. So I'll hold my breath. Now I'm not doing it, but you get it. Hold my breath. And then I'll exhale through my mouth for a really long time, or through my nose. But that's one I like. So in for 6, hold, out for 6. So that's one. And then another one that I love is lip flutters. I know this is weird, guys, but I'll just go for a really long time, and it just is so relaxing. And I just do it whenever I'm like doing something good. Maybe I just got a lot of work done and I'm feeling accomplished and I just feel good. I'll do a really long lip flutter and it just reminds me like, I'm refreshed. Okay, I know it's weird, but deep breathing, it'll make your life better. Tip number 4, something that just makes life better, and this is if you're not a morning person, this can help. Have something in the morning that excites you about waking up. And for a lot of people, this is coffee. So I am going to just say in general for this tip, because I am a beverage person, have a beverage in the morning for you that excites you and you're like, oh yeah, I get to wake up and I get to go consume that. That is waiting for me and that gets me excited. So whether it's coffee, like a certain type of coffee, you know, bulletproof, or maybe there's a coffee shop you really love, you know, have that be kind of a motivation to waking up in the morning. Like I get to wake up and I get to go there, or I get to drink this. Kombucha, that can be a good one. Tea, I don't know, just have something in the morning that becomes a habit. Like I wake up and I do this, and have it be something that excites you and is like, yes, I get to wake up and I get to drink that. I get coffee, I get a kombucha, I get a juice. Have something that just excites you about waking up. And along with that, have it be something that inspires you. Have it be something that when you drink, you feel like, yeah, I can get a lot done. Like you feel on top of the world about it. A good way to explain this is, you know how everybody has a dream car that they want, and you know, in your brain you're just like, if I could just have that car, it would make doing life so much cooler. Like running errands would be cool. This is what we all say. If I just had that car, man, I would run errands and I would drive to work and everything would just, life would just be better if I was doing it while driving that car. Have a beverage or have something in the morning that makes you feel like that. Like you wake up and you're like, yeah, I can get stuff done. I feel cool right now. Tip number 6, wherever you spend most of your time. So whether that's in the car, maybe you have a very long commute. Maybe that's in your bedroom. Maybe you just spend a lot of time in your bedroom. An office space, you know, a place at home. Wherever you spend most of your time, keep it clean. If you're somewhere cluttered, your brain is going to be cluttered and it's hard to focus and you just feel frazzled all the time. When things are cluttered, you know, we all do. So if you just spend a lot of time in the car or in your bedroom or, you know, at school, your locker, just wherever you spend a lot of your time and your eyeballs are looking a lot, keep it clean, because I guarantee your brain will be a lot more decluttered too. Number 7, this is a good one. This kind of goes back to the negative thoughts. I told you there's some kind of hippie things in here, but we all get the negative thoughts, and the more we are kind of aware of them, and when they come in and we just start getting like down, you know, some of us will just get depressed and lonely. Some of us will get negative thoughts and start accusing people of things. We just get negative thoughts, you know. So whenever you feel them coming in and you're just getting that feeling of like, oh, you get that feeling in your gut like, oh my gosh, and you can't stop thinking about it, have a go-to for a distraction. So for me, that is YouTube. Like right away, I watch It's Judy's Live, and that distracts me. Like I start to get negative thoughts. I'm like, okay, I need to watch some YouTube, so I stop thinking about this. And immediately it works. It's really, it works so well. Also, I like worship music. So I'll turn on my worship music and immediately that will distract me from what it is and it'll refocus on happier, better things. We all get negative thoughts and we all get them at different times and for different reasons. But if we can have a distraction to when they're coming, then we can conquer them. A lot of these tips are about like knowing yourself and knowing, you know, where your brain can wander and just feelings you can have and knowing, you know, kind of like being your own person's best friend. Like looking out for yourself and being like, no, I'm not going to let that control me. I'm not going to let that get me down. A lot of people have anxiety. Maybe whenever you fly or something, you get anxiety. Prepare for that and be like, okay, this is going to be my distraction. What genuinely can distract me and put my brain off of those thoughts? Good to have a distraction. Number 8 is really simple, but it will change your life. Drink more water and eat more avocados. You will be a happier, better person for 2 reasons. 1, you drink more water, you just have more energy. You look better, your skin is glowing, you feel alive. Okay, we all want more energy. And number 2, eat more avocados. Avocados rock, but they also are super high in fat and that healthy fat. So what does that do? It keeps us full for a long time. Fat takes a while to burn and it gives good energy for a long time. Sugar, our bodies burn really quickly and then we crash. So if we eat more avocados, we'll be full for a longer period of time and we won't experience hangriness. You know, hangry. We all get hangry. Let's try and eliminate that. How many times have you been around somebody where like they just are busy and they haven't eaten and you're like, oh, you're just cranky because you need to eat. Here's an avocado. Avocados. They're yummy, they're healthy, and they'll keep us full for a long time, which means no hangry. My next tip is about dreaming big and just how I think if we change our vocabulary about it and change our mindset on it, I think we'll all be just a little bit happier and live a better life. You know, we're all told to dream big, chase your dreams, this and that. When I think we should all be telling each other and be hearing, find your purpose. You know, find the reason that you were put on earth. And, you know, that changes your mindset. When somebody tells me to dream big, I'm like, okay, I want to do this and this and this and this, and I want to travel the world and do this, and I want to do all these things. Me. That puts a big, you know, somebody says, you dream big, that puts a big I and a big like, okay, I'm going to do this. When somebody says, like, find your purpose, find the thing that drives you, the thing that's unique about you that you have to offer this world, that makes me like think, okay, what am I good at? Like, what are my talents? What do I have to offer people? What makes me unique? What makes me a good person? When somebody's told to dream big, often the thoughts are like, oh, okay, I want to travel the world. I want to do this. Things that just benefit you. When somebody says, find your purpose, find that thing that you were put here on earth to do, that puts in the mind, what can I do that will benefit other people? And I just think that's what we all need to be told and what we should be telling each other. Not so much like, dream big, which in the finding your purpose, you are dreaming big, but you're dreaming big for the right reasons. We often tell somebody to dream big when we're having problems finding, you know, when we're not happy with our job, when we want something, a career that is meaningful. And dreaming big is more focused towards like accomplishing fun things in life, you know, it's like more like our bucket list thing, while finding your purpose is more towards, you know, career-wise, what can I do that will benefit the world, but I can also make a living off of. And we often say dream big when I think what we should be saying is find your purpose. They both kind of like tie together, but it's the vocabulary that better promotes what is really being said and what is really being meant. Number 11, this is something that I did recently and it has like really helped a lot and I just didn't know about it, I did kind of know about it, but I didn't. We get all those spam emails. Just when you get the email, you know, from Victoria's Secret, go to the bottom, there's always an unsubscribe here and all you have to do is click the button and you're unsubscribed and you won't get the spam emails anymore. It takes like 2 seconds, literally. I always thought that it was like a big process to unsubscribe from company's email, but there must be some kind of law that says you have to easily offer an unsubscription from your email. You can't just trick people into forever getting your emails because every single email has it. Unsubscribe button. Click here. Boop. So I did it to quite a few the other day and I haven't gotten so many spams, which is super nice. My very last one is very simple. It has been proven that if we just make the movement of smiling, that it will make us happier. So when you're just feeling really PO'd, just, even if it's painful, just go, and even if you don't mean it, just do it. Like, ugh. It's been proven to just put happy thoughts because it's a habit we do when we're happy. Kind of like the deep breathing. Just a habit we do. So go like this more. And pretty soon you'll just be a happier person. Yay, yay. All right. Whichever one appealed the most to you, leave it below. And also, just tell me genuine tips. What do y'all do to make your life just a little bit better? They can be hippie or they can be practical, like having a spot in your closet for your semi-dirty clothes. Let me know, because, you know, I always want to know, what can I do to make my life better? All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.